Go ahead. You ready? Recording. Welcome everyone to the jump off episode of Unknown Greats. We have three special guests in the house, three components of the One Body Nation. So it's a pleasure to be here today to get some insight on this unknown great movement. If you would, each of you introduce yourself and let the audience know who you are and what prompted this movement.
Well, I'm James JustOneMovie, and for those of y'all that know, from my hometown, aka Class. This is a shout out to all the brothers that still doing the music since 30 years prior, and still here doing it. So this is just a shout out and a testimony to the stick-to-itiveness for everybody that's involved in this music.
All right.
Okay, hello everybody, I'm DJ Supernatural. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm just glad to be in the house to do some going back in the archives, as you will, to talk about how we got together and people in Knoxville, the hip hop movement, and where we are now. And I'm just happy to be a part of something like this.
Yeah, so I'm Rodney, man. That's my name. My aliases are RiJu, God willing. You know what I'm saying? Actually, Style was my dance name, my first name, Soldier Style, back in the day when I began dancing. I'm involved with this, my brother JT, man, and my brother Supernatural. You know what I'm saying? I'm very, very busy in the game. You know what I mean? And I'm fortunate to be linked with these guys from back in the day because they're their impact on the game is just tremendous. So, like I say, I'm just here to support my brother and give a little testimony of who I am and how I came to be. You know?
All right. Well, again, thanks for giving us some insight on the greats. With that being said, Rodney, RiJu, God willing, give us a little history on how you met these gentlemen.
Okay, so JT, man, we were in middle school. I met him like at the end of school. They had like a little candy truck or whatever. I met him there. I can't remember exactly how the conversation went. It takes him to tell you how the conversation went. It would probably been better to go to his on regards to that. But we met there, you know. And, boom, we dug each other as far as like homeboys with kids, and I think we ended up at just chilling, listening to Public Enemy. What is it? Terminator X.
Terminator X. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh man,
okay.
And we just started dancing to that, John. Man, it was like we was one, man. It was crazy, man. So ever since then, that's been my passion is music. So it started with dancing, and we later fell off into the rap scene or whatever, which is the same reflection of our dancing and whatnot. So and with Clarence. Okay, so once we started rhyming, well, my bad, I mean Complex Supernatural. Supernatural.
DJ Supernatural.
Once we started rhyming, me and Class and Style, that's who we were initially. Once we started, rhyming, we would go to Clarence's crib because he had a studio back in the day. He don't really get busy anymore, but he was one of the dopest back in the day anyway, man. We used to practice there, and so that's how we met. He was actually one of our homeboys' cousin. And he had a really nice spot, and he was very kind to us. We kind of, wouldn't have a lot, you know what I'm saying? But, he made sure that
he let us record.
He let us record, man.
Okay. So your dance moniker was Style, and yours was?
Class.
Okay.
Well, it was Mr. Class and Soldier Style.
Yeah.
And we was a part of a group called, was it The Move? It was a Move at one time.
The Move, I think it was The Move.
And
it took
became
it back.
Renegades.
Yeah.
And it was part of a crew called the leader of the group was called Mark One, Martina Salizel. Shout out to my homeboy Five.
Yeah, okay.
Indeed, man.
So
Fever.
Yeah. It was crazy. On how we met, it was an ice cream truck. You know what I mean? It was, at the time, It was at Whittle Springs Middle School, y'all. And I had left Vine. Well, it was a crazy way on how I had to leave Vine because, you know, if you sing Lean On Me and Fair East Side, that's what Vine was like. So when I got to Whittle Springs, I kind of knew some of the people there because of football or whatever. And then it was kind of thrown off a little bit because it was like new territory. So, you know what I mean, I'm standing at the end of the truck, not knowing how I'm going to get to the crib. I'm standing by the steps, then somebody tapped me on the shoulder. You know, I turned around and it was him. He was like, what's up? And then ever since he said, what's up? We got cool, man, straight. And then here we are 30 years later. We still doing this music.
Man. Oh, man. Getting it in, brother.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your new album.
You too, brother.
You know what I'm saying? And the
Yes,
videos
sir.
you got popping, bro.
Yes, sir.
Your social media.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
man. What is it? What is your social media?
www.JustOneThomas.com.
Yeah. Oh, man. You want to hear a heck of an album? I believe, I'm not sure about what's really going on, you know, at the top, but I'm sure that he's dropping single at a time. And if you follow the movement, you will definitely understand the concept of his album, which is really like a theatric concerto type deal. So just watch each piece as we motivate to the end of the complete project, man. Just one, man, my brother, he been getting busy, man. Congratulations.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So I want to back up a little bit because your story is not unlike a lot of hip hop artists where back in the day you would start off as a dancer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But can you give me that pinnacle point that made each of you decide to be a rapper?
Interesting.
Well, for me, the group was successful at the time, you know, on stage, but we was going through, it was kind of growing apart at the time.
Okay.
And, you know, being that we was about to go our separate ways, I was kind of left in the void, like, what am I going to do? And then my uncle was like, I told him the situation, and I was kind of hurt, like, dang, you know, I'm about to lose my crew or whatever. I'm about to be solo. What I'm going to do? So he was like, well, they can't hear you dancing on the radio.
Mm.
So the light bulb went off.
Okay.
And then, you know, I was thinking about doing the music, but Rodney Style had been writing rhymes prior to that.
Undercover, man.
Right.
So you know, not to interrupt.
No, you're good.
But I had, I think maybe it was 5 that inspired me. Everybody was getting busy, and I was around it all the time, even though I just danced. So I think one day I just decided just to write a rhyme, man, and I presented it to a few people, and they thought it was dope. And then I presented it to Jay, and Jay was like, oh. And not long after that, he came to me with the ill. So I was like, boom, it's a rap. I mean, we doing this on the mic. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna test your memory. So when he came to you with his rhyme, what was your reaction?
I was stunned on the cadence and the pattern of his rhyme.
Really?
And the way I was like, wow, this is like you've been doing it forever, dude. I'm like, dang, I need to catch up. I think it was like, I'm a pacemaker, a heartbreaker, a smooth taker, a poet maker, something like that. I was like, yeah, this is crazy. So and ever since then, I was like, oh man, I gotta get busy, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting left behind, so.
Oh man, but finally, when I finally heard him flow, because he probably had been took off. I was like, you know how somebody just gets better and better and better. He was like, don't make me go crazy. I'll lose all composure. I'll be there. So then I tell you, I told you.
Yeah, I remember that. That's
You remember that?
I wasn't listening to the beat mostly, but I remember that rhyme.
Yeah.
That was the first
I remember that rhyme.
I was like,
Talk about it.
put me in a amount of L.
That first rhyme was written in this man's studio.
Okay, so you
15 years old.
When you say studio back then,
yeah.
in a 4-track.
Okay.
Okay. It's
Okay.
not like what we got
But
around
still,
here. The studio
oh
was
man,
it's not a studio. But we did what we did. But when I heard that rhyme, it changed me, and I heard something out of him. And then he brought you over, and then they start coming over my house all the time. And I got a couple of 4-track cassettes I have rhyme for because it changed to me. It was a lot of a hip hop, that type of rhyme.
Okay,
But when
right.
they came over with a new kind of, like you said, the cadence, they was dancers. So there's gonna have some different cadences. They, like I said, like you said,
They
dancing
rhythm.
to the
yeah,
rap.
yeah.
So it was different at that time in Knoxville, Tennessee. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
Well, it was at a point really where you had to choose a side because it was like either you're gonna do because it was a variety of music. You could watch RevisStudio, but that's what it was like. You choose a lane, and it was lucrative then. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we chose knowledgeable because we was on that East Coast. Really just hip hop.
Hip hop period.
And,
We was on hip hop period.
and other people just went in other
I do
directions.
remember this, and I think I told you a couple months ago. The first time I ever heard Jay-Z is because he brought the album to my house and said, "This is the dude. This is going to be the dude." And I listened to that. I was like, "No, it's not. No, it's not. I don't even all these stories and stuff. I can't dance. What's that going to do?"
Right.
Yeah.
He was telling too
That's
many
what it
stories.
was then.
Right.
And he was like, "This is going to be it." And I created.
Yeah, because people
let
used
me
to
hear.
they used to be like, we don't really need to be informed. We just want to listen to just different people got different mental concepts. We stay on that.
So Supernatural, let me ask you this. So before they came over with their flows, were you recording people on a regular basis, or they made you catch that bug?
Well, I kind of was doing it with my cousin 5 Foot G.
Okay.
He had been coming over. Sometimes he would record over our friend's house. They had all the equipment. He had a real studio. Leonard Hill,
Right.
Okay.
King Cut. So
DJ
he
King
was
Cut.
going over there, but in between time when King Cut was busy, he would come on my 4-track and lay stuff down to kind of practice to go back to King Cut to his house. So I would have guys coming over, kind of like sitting in my downstairs area, just practicing their lyrics, and I had a lot of time. I was just practicing recording, and I was starting to make beats with drum machines. We had a first drum machine was a circle drum machine with just little sound, and I bought a Casio that sampled for 2 seconds, and we had to speed the record up to
He made some heat.
And
That's
we
why
was
I
doing-
loved
That's
it.
how we started.
That's why I
recording.
loved it. It was harder to do, but it still
Yeah.
was on.
So they were coming over with ideas. I got this idea of a Slick Rick song. Can you sample that? And I was like, give me the record. And I would try to hurry up to spin the record, to sample it on that 2 seconds, put it on the 4-track, and then stack the 4-track to make different layers.
Okay.
That's was the studio. That was my
Man.
studio.
Okay.
So we was just practicing, and they got better and better. Then we started going to the underground studio.
Right. That's
Mac.
right.
Let's talk about it. Talk
Mac.
about it.
Well, no, Mac. I mean, you may know more about Mac than I do, man. We used to. That was one of Five Boys, from what I remember. Really cool dude. He was different. I remember he was the white guy, whatever. But I remember we'd go there, and he would be trying to record hip hop, and he was leveling for like rock, and it just really didn't sound right. We just have to turn the bass up. We turn the bass up way too
And
high.
wasn't it $20 an hour still at
I
that
can't
time?
remember how much
I think it was about 20 an
Yeah,
hour.
$20
We was
an hour.
covered though back in the
Yeah,
day.
it was covered.
So you
We
were covered.
straight. Well, we had people who sponsored us, man, back in those days. People who
Nice.
had it like that, man. They just, for whatever reason, they felt the movement and they just invest.
Do you remember your first show y'all did together?
Yeah.
Show.
Dancing or rapping? Did y'all ever? I
Well, the
don't
last
remember
show we did was with these guys. We did with Daylight Soul.
Yeah,
Last show
that
we
was
did when
that.
we were
With
young.
5G. And
The
I
last
was
show we
dancing.
I
did-
think Nuts was there. You was there.
I was dancing.
Remember that
with
show?
It was-
Roger, Larry.
1991, the Electric Ballroom.
Mm-hmm. That was the
Open
last.
enough with
I
Daylight
have
Soul.
that on video.
You got that on video?
VCR.
Oh man, I gotta
I
see
have
that.
that. Wow. So we got to
They
get
came
that
out on
one.
skates, but he killed it though.
And MC Light.
Like was there?
MC
I
Light.
don't remember
Daylight
like.
Soul.
I remember Daylight.
I mean,
But-
I mean,
Excuse me.
the progression, we went, it's been a major progression. You know, we got stories to tell. We went from, we performed everywhere, parks, middle schools. We had some wild journeys, man. We used to have to go to record. You remember we had to record in Greenville?
Yeah.
And we used to get in my pop's car.
What's his
and
name?
drive.
G-Dot?
G-Dot.
Yeah.
And, you know, way back in those days in Tennessee, like deep rural east, woodsy Tennessee, cats like it's a barn or whatever, but on the inside, He had an
studio.
immaculate studio.
Everybody had that love for
He had
the craft.
right.
And so, equipment then now today, you know, they can get on the computer and everything they need. Back then, man, we used to have to, we used to literally buy reel.
Right,
You
real,
know what I'm saying?
real.
To record, man, it was the harder times, man, and it cost a lot. We would spend ridiculous amount of money to get a sound, and sometimes it would be on, sometimes it wouldn't. But today, we could take that money really, and just, we could say, consider we was on, because we could took that and flipped it on all kind of levels or whatever. But it was harder times.
So with that being said, the premise of the show was unknown greats. Obviously, you gentlemen are seasoned artists, and you're still doing it in your career. So could you let the audience know what's keeping you motivated, and what type of advice would you give those that are coming up and, hey, they may not get the publicity that they may see in their in their younger career, but what's going to keep them doing it?
I got it right off the top. I think what made me a vital part of growing up hip hop in Knoxville, that could be a title right there. I would listen to the up north rappers. I would listen to the West Coast rappers. But what we was trying to do was be the first to come out of where we was coming from. So I was the first one with a 4-track with a sampler. I upgraded it to a Casio to a Sonic sampler. Okay. I was the first one in my area with that. So I would tell the young people or anybody listening that be the first to do something and capitalize on that moment. Like Apple was the first to get their products out, or whoever you're trying to compare yourself to. Be the first. Do it well. And then don't be just a follower. Right. Be an innovator. Right. Innovation gets you the most attention, and then learn how to direct your energies towards that goal, whatever that goal is. That's what I would want to say.
Yeah. Well, for me being from